quite there yet. All right, we're going. We're live. Okay.
Yay!
Woohoo!
We're off air.
This is group 3, ready to start our lesson 2 quiz.
Yay!
All right. So why don't we randomly, we'll each take a turn reading the question, and then we'll discuss it. So, Katie, you want to start with question number 1?
Yes. I completed the individual preparation assignment before attending the group meeting.
All right. True. I did. I'm pushing true.
I did it to the best of my ability.
Good job.
All right, Monica, you want to take number 2?
Sure. I actively participated in this week's group meeting.
True. I think we all did that.
Okay.
Oh, yay!
Woohoo! I'll read question number 3. Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experimental would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistics process are the researchers currently applying?
Designing the study.
Yeah. They're in designing the study.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'll take the next one. So, a researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watched each day. The researchers tallies the frequency for each category and computes mean numbers of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process did the researchers apply?
Is that, since they're putting it in the graph, is it describing the data?
Yeah, I would say it's describing because they've already collected it.
Right.
And the histograph's the next step. And then you use that to make your inferences. So.
Yeah, okay. So does that sound right to you, Katie?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
Describe the data.
All right,
Okay.
Monica.
Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by the prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers receive 1,049 responses. The population is, I think it's the 1,049 who respond.
No, the population is...
The population would be the citizens of Mumbai, wouldn't it?
Either that, I think it's bigger than the 1,000. It might even be the 3,000 people who were mailed the questionnaires. That is...
You know, we had a question like this. Let me go back and look.
Yeah, but, you know, you're right. It might be the citizens of Mumbai. That could be...
Because just the 3,000 and the 1,049 are just the people they're focusing on.
Yeah, that's the sample. So you may be right. I think it is the citizens of Mumbai. Because... But
I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be my fault.
The sample is. The researchers receiving the sample is. So it's the sample. It's not the population, right?
Yeah. From the list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are selected randomly. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire.
Yeah, that would be the sample. The people that responded were just people that responded. And then...
But that's the sample of information that they got.
Right. So maybe you're right, Monica.
Okay. But let me look at something. I thought we had something similar, a question similar. I don't know where I put my.
Yeah, because the question really is not the population, it's the sample, right?
Well, one asked for the population, the other one asked for the sample. So 5 is asking what the population is, and 6 asking what the sample is.
Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, thank you. You're right. Okay. Right.
So it was I was reading the.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Katie. I think that you helped clarify. Yeah. I think the population is the 3,000 people who were mailed the. Oh no.
Are you sure it's not the citizens of Mumbai?
Yeah. I think it is the citizens of Mumbai. I'm going with you, Katie. I think you're right.
And then the sample would be the 3,000 people. But
List all registered taxpayers. 2000. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go with the citizens of Mumbai. Everybody can put their what they think is right, but I think you're right, Kitty. I think it is the citizens of Mumbai. I think that is the population.
Yeah. On the reading, it said that the sampling methods are used to obtain a sample from a population, and so the random sampling was the 3,000 names to be representatives for the citizens of Mumbai. And then the sample would be the 3,000 people, and 1,049 are just the people that actually responded back to the questionnaire.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Okay, but still, it still could be the 3,000 people who were mailed the questionnaire because really the population is everybody, but they took the random sample from the 3,000. Because the results from their sample are going to be people who represents the population of people who are taxpayers.
Okay, so on our homework it says, it's talking about it, and it says that you will collect a manageable group of items called a sample from the entire collection of financial documents called population. I don't know, because it has like the volume of financial transactions conducted by immune events makes it impossible to conduct a census or an examination of the entire collection of financial documents. Instead, you will collect a manageable group of items called the sample.
Right.
So,
okay.
The population is usually the entirety of everything, and the sample is what you take to make it more manageable.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so the sample is, Katie, you would think it's the 3,000 people who were mailed the questionnaire?
Yeah, and the population is the citizens of Mumbai.
Okay. Katie, what page are you on that you have that? I remember reading it, but
it's under 4.2 observational studies under step 1.
Okay, let me see if I can find that. I'm not finding 4.2. Okay, I have mixed feelings, and I think it was because I think I had that question before I did my homework, and then without being able to talk to somebody, I submitted my homework because I had already opened it up.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay. It really, that's a tough question.
okay, well, we can go on.
Okay.
I think that
I'm gonna go with Citizens of Mumbai.
I'm pretty sure. From
Yeah.
all my other classes, that seems right.
Right. And so our sample is the 3,000 people who were mailed the questionnaire.
Or maybe it is the people who responded.
I think it's the people who responded, but I don't feel strong enough, I don't feel confident enough to
But
to roll everybody over.
The sample is of the population. Now that doesn't mean the result. So I don't know. You guys put what you think. I think I'm going to go with the 3,000 people.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to probably ponder for a minute.
Yeah, me too. After we hang out, we might change our answers.
Sounds
okay.
good.
I know. Okay. All right. So where are we? I'll read number 7. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific materials 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. Which type of data is your teacher collecting?
Quantitative.
It sounds quantitative.
Quantitative. Yeah, because it's numbers. Because it's numeric.
Right, but it still can be numeric if it was like, you know,
but there's no category. It's either you get 10 right or 9 right or 8 right.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, there you go. That makes sense, Monica. You're right. Okay. Okay, Katie, number 8.
All right, so pretty much it's the same thing. I don't want to reread everything.
Okay.
So after the 6th day, your teacher asks you if you feel confident that you've retained at least 50% of the material. You then record your response as yes, no, or not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting? Would that be categorical?
Sounds categorical to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the answers are yes, no, or maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Or not sure. All right, Monica.
Okay, so same thing. We're skipping down to the end where it says, suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in the study where you were asked to review specific material for 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. This group is called the control group. The treatment group's the one that does it.
Right. So
would it be the hypothesis or the control?
It would either be the control or treatment.
Yes, I think it's the treatment group because they're doing it, right?
No, it's asking the group that you give no review to.
So that would be
It
the
says
control group.
your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the next 6 days. This group is called.
Oh, yeah, that's the control
That's the
group.
control group.
Yeah, that's the control group. Okay. All right.
Okay. Number 10.
Okay, which of the following would be considered an experimental design? A telephone poll asking people about whether or not they vaccinate their children, administering the tuberculosis vaccination to one group and giving a placebo to another. That sounds right. A census, a mailed survey asking people whether or not they received the tuberculosis vaccine.
It's definitely the second one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 11. In a study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai, they just really like Mumbai today. Which of the
Yeah.
following is the best sample? Every 10th worker that you meet as you travel the streets of Mumbai, all of the workers in one working district in Mumbai, many random selected workers in each several working districts in Mumbai, all the female workers. Would it be the third one?
I would go for the third one.
Yeah.
I feel like that would best represent the population, and so
Right.
I just feel like it's right.
Okay.
All right, you want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory, whatever that is.
RSV.
Yeah, exactly. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subjects? The children.
Yeah,
Right.
that was easy.
Yeah, I like the easy ones.
Okay, you want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will cure children of RSV. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What are the treatments?
The vaccine and the placebo.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, this is a long one. Okay. In 1992, the year before I was born,
You are, baby.
I know.
You're the same age as my baby.
Oh, wow. Crazy. Anyways, so the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided various support systems. The researchers wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following three groups. 1. The MTO Low Poverty Voucher LPV group, which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers usable only in low poverty areas with less than 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in finding a private unit to lease. The traditional voucher group, which received regular Section 8 certificates or vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefing and assistance from PHAs, local public housing authorities, and the control group, which received no certificate or vouchers but remained eligible for public or project-based housing and other social programs to which families would otherwise have been entitled. The study was an experiment, right? Or an
Yes.
observational study, or neither. Wow, that was a lot for that question.
Yes.
All right.
I
Whew,
think it's an
I'm tired.
experiment. Yeah.
You think it's what?
Okay. I thought it was an experiment for 14.
It is, for sure.
Okay. Are we ready for me to go on?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If a p-value of 0.0002 was found for the study described above, then we could say that there is about a 0.2002 probability of obtaining the actual observed result of one or more, let's see, actual observed result, or one more extreme, assuming the null is true. Oh, this is where I had a question on my reading.
That is a very, very small p-value. And if it's supposed to be a small p-value, then it's supposed to be the null hypothesis was not true?
And this is where I'm trying to flip through and see where my question, where I wrote it. Let's see, the probability that a result will be observed that is as extreme or more extreme than the information observed, assuming that the null hypothesis is true. So the null hypothesis, they wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, that's confusing.
Okay, so it says the null hypothesis is the foundational assumption about the population or the status quo. So in this, they're assuming that getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of the U.S. Hold on, I gotta let my dog in.
Oh, hold on. My computer just turned off on me. Oh my gosh.
I may have to set this up different next time because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of data on my phone.
Well, my computer just shut down, so on my second computer. So dang it.
The one that you have to test on?
Yes.
Oh, that's bad news.
Hopefully it doesn't submit it.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to use Windows, Katie, like you are. It's configuring Windows.
I have like 5 different things I'm doing on the computer. It's pretty insane.
I got to figure out how to do that. Let me see. Maybe I can figure it out. I'll figure that out later after the test. But anyway, so what question are we on? What number is this?
We're on number 15.
15. All right. So I would say the findings were significant and it would be true.
Even though the p-value is really small?
Yeah, if the p-value if the p-value is really small, that means the null hypothesis is rejected, right?
That's what I'm confused about. Where is...
Oh, I don't know. I don't have the question in front of me. So the test was to see if moving out of the neighborhood would help?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they had 3 different designs. One where they got vouchers usable only in low poverty areas. Then they got a voucher that could work in any Section 8 and it wasn't restricted geographically. And then the control group
didn't get anything.
Didn't get anything.
So a small p-value is good because it rejects the null hypothesis.
Yes.
And so 16 would be true.
I think so. I think you're right. Yeah.
But what about 15?
I think.
What are they asking?
16 says, since the p-value is low in question 15, the researchers could conclude that the results are significant and providing low-income families with an opportunity to move away from low-income neighborhoods does make a difference in poverty levels.
So 16 is true. Wait, did we get an answer for 15?
Well, we put true, because it is a small value, and that usually, doesn't that tell that the null is correct? Where is this? Okay.
Well, if the null is so small, that means the null hypothesis is rejected.
Let's see, it says here, if the p-value is small, say less than 0.05,
5, right.
we assume that that it's correct.
Oh, that is correct.
It says the p-value is the probability of observing errors. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking right under that cartoon on, oh, shoot. Under step 4, making inferences. And so
p-values.
Oh, no, it says we reject the null hypothesis if the p-value is small.
Right.
So that would mean
less than 0.05. So it is less than 0.05.
It's less than that. So we would have to reject the null hypothesis. So 15 would be false, wouldn't
15
it?
would be. That's what I think. And what is the so what is the
review this?
So the question, oh, because you don't have the question up, right?
I don't have the question up.
If a p-value of 0.0002, which is obviously smaller than 0.05, was found for the study described above, then we could say that there is about a 0.0002 probability of obtaining the actual observed result. So that answer was more for 16 than it was for 15.
So 15 is true and 16 is false, right?
I don't know. I got to get to the. I got to find it.
Yeah, 16, Pam, is since the p-value is low in question 15, the researchers conclude that the results are significant, and providing low-income families with an opportunity to move away from low-income neighbors does make a difference. But isn't the null hypothesis that, and Katie and Pam, help me out here if I'm wrong, is the null hypothesis that if they move them away from low poverty, the poverty level will decrease in the US, but that would be the null hypothesis. But the p-value shows that the null hypothesis would not be true. Excuse me, is that right or wrong?
Okay.
I need I'm not sure.
All right, let's see.
The null hypothesis is a statement about the population that represents the status quo, conventional wisdom, or what is generally accepted as true. In the audit, we're considering the null hypothesis is blah, blah, blah.
Okay, so the null hypothesis, they wanted to support a study that low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. So that's the null hypothesis. They were given a chance to move away. So it's false. So it's false that if they move away, that that's going to help their impoverished situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I think. But that would be 16, right? That's question 16.
Conclude that the results are significant, and providing low-income families with an opportunity to move away from low-income does make, I don't know, that's false, right?
Yeah, right. That's my understanding.
All right. Well, let's just make a decision. You guys can change it however you like, but yeah, okay.
And what did you think for 15? Katie, you thought 15 was true?
I'm not sure though. I probably need to read over this again. But
Pam, do you have the question up now? Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. If the p-value is 0.002 was found for the study described above, then we could say that there is about a 0.00 probability of obtaining the actual observed result of one or more extreme, assuming that the null is true. I have no idea. I have no idea. Obtaining the actual observed result in one or more extreme, assuming the null is true. Okay, was found studies show that this observed probability of obtaining the actual observed result in one or more extreme, assuming the null is true. I have no idea.
Okay, so there's another statement here. It says, if the p-value is low, the null hypothesis is rejected, so that confirms 16. Our answer to 16 is false. But then it says, if this probability is large, the null hypothesis is rejected. Okay. Oh, it's not rejected, sorry.
It's not rejected, right.
So that would mean 16 is true because it's saying that the observed results of one or more extremes, meaning what you just read, right? Or am I confused? I don't know, never mind.
I am so confused, Katie. Don't you even worry.
Yeah, let's just move on. You guys just put what you think is 15 and 16. 15, I'm going to go true. 16, I'm going false.
In here.
I think that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm just not sure about 15. I'm pretty sure about 16.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so 16, is this our last one? Okay, match the following. Collect data.
C.
Oh, I see.
Well, the first one, step 1, is design the study. So 3 is A.
Okay, 3 is A.
The next step, step 2.
Wait, I'm confused. Wait a minute. Design the study?
I have
Yeah, they're both mixed up.
3 is B.
Yeah, they're both mixed up.
So 3, I just did it by what I know the order is. So I know the first one's design the study, which is step 1, A. The second one is collect data, which is C. So number 1, C.
Your thing's different than mine.
Oh, is it different?
No, they're both, it's confusing because it says step 4, more. What?
I don't know. Mine are all put together.
They both are, yeah, design the study is first.
Right.
It's design, collect,
describe, make references, and take action.
Because whatever it is, Daniel can discern more truth.
Right. So
I don't know if yours is the same, but mine's put together. I just put it. So Daniel's design, can is collect, discern is describe, more is make, and truth is take action.
So 3, wouldn't you put E, like collect data? That would be step 2, so you put the B.
I think yours are different than mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So different because mine. Yeah.
Mine says A, step 4, B, step 2, C, step 3, D, step 5, E, step 1. Does yours not say that?
Yeah, ours are
different.
Oh, okay, so, all right.
Mine A is step 2, B is step 4, C is step 5, D is step 1, and E is step 3. So that's different than yours, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we just have to make sure we do it correctly.
Design the study.
So design the study is 1. Collect the data is 2.
Describe the data is 3.
Describe the data is 3.
Make inferences is step 4.
And step 5 is take action. Okay. All right. Well, ladies, This was hard. And it's only going to get harder. So
All
I'm
right.
really counting on you, Kate.
I feel like next week will be
Thursday
better
night.
because we actually know what to expect now.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how to make 2 windows. My other computer is still configuring
Well,
updates.
Let me tell you what, for the next one on Thursday, I cannot get that program running right on my computer. So I may not have a computer that can do it yet for Thursday, because our next one has that SPSS or whatever that program is. We have to be able to use that, and my
Oh, we
computer's
do.
yeah.
Oh.
And so I'm a little bit worried about Thursday, but I think
Well,
we'll be
can you
okay.
go somewhere where there's a computer? Oh no, but then you have to download it there.
Can't do it on that. So I'm going to end up having to buy a new computer, but I don't think I'll have it up and ready.
Okay.
But I'm going to do my best to do what I can do. But I think Thursday we can go off live actually here if you want to turn off the live and we can keep talking.
Okay, let me do that. Let's see if I can do that.
Katie, would 9 o'clock Thursday work for you? Or is that too late?
9 o'clock in the morning or at night?
Thursday night.